It's the all-new Sports Visions with Dale Williams and DJ Jones, your 1980 national champions. 1980 and 81 SEC champions, two damn good dogs.
Welcome to the all-new Sports Visions. I'm DJ Jones alongside my good friend and traveling partner Dale Williams. How are you, sir?
What's up, player?
Hey, man, we are standing on the historic grounds of the Garrett Harrison Stadium. Of course, this is the site of the Whitewater Classics that's going to be coming up in just a little bit.
That's right, DJ Garrett Stadium, Trawick Field. Man.
Absolutely, man. I tell you what, we've got a lot of information to give you regarding the Whitewater Classic, as well as our high school football game of the week. We'll be right here at this stadium covering the Central Red Devils.
That's right, the Academy Sports and Outdoors game of the week coming right here.
All that and more coming up next on Sports Visions.
If you're even thinking about a new car, you've got to come to Headquarter Nissan.
Because right now you can get the lowest payments of the year.
New Sentras from just $129 a month.
Altimas from just $159 a month.
And Rogues from just $169 a month. And all backed by our value plan featuring a lifetime warranty with an unlimited amount of time and miles and more. Lease for less. Columbus is a Nissan town.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people. But when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson & Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first. When you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident, remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380. Welcome back to Sports Visions, Dale. It's now time for our Academy Sports High School Game of the Week segment. And I know last week, man, the Heritage Bowl over at Memorial Stadium was outstanding. We had at least 18,000 folks in and outside of the stadium.
It was a great deal. DJ, man, really a great Carver and Spencer game. Very good game, very competitive game, DJ. And it was one that we're proud to say that we're Academy Sports and Outdoors sponsored it. We had a great time meeting and greeting people. A lot of people listening to us, DJ.
And hopefully we'll definitely get just as many or more over at the Central game here. Of course, we're going to be right here, and Central's going to be taking on Meridian out of Mississippi.
It's going to be a big-time game. I really want to see Central tested. You know, they didn't get tested last week against Benjamin E. Mays, but really they're a good team, and everybody's knowing around the nation right now that Central High School has a great football program.
And Jamie DeBose and the Central Red Devils are ranked very high in Class 7A, Dale. And again, going up to Atlanta to play in the Cam Newton Kickoff Classic, which is a great opportunity for the teams to get exposed to, of course, the Alabama teams and the Georgia teams. But again, taking out Benjamin E. Mays by several touchdowns, you know what, Jamie DeBose is on to something. I know that they've been knocking on the door for the last couple of years for a state championship. I think that this year is time.
It's time, DJ, and really I think being defeated by the same team every year for the last 2 years in the playoffs, I think really Jamie is kind of putting his foot down on the pedal this time, DJ, and I think really his team that's coming back, the players that have developed, the teams in the program, in the program, they've been there for 4 years, DJ.
And the fact that we get to come over on their home turf, man, and get to reach out and shake hands and kiss babies, as you like to say, to the folks, the wonderful folks over here at Phoenix City. Of course, we'll have our table and tent, and of course we'll have our meet and greet, and I know that we'll have a lot of opportunities to meet the finest in Phoenix City.
You know, always do, DJ. We really, to be known across the, Alabama and Georgia, playing ball against some of these guys in high school and junior high school. Really, the relationships that we do have in Phoenix City are great, but I think one of the biggest things that we're really fond of the way they play football over here.
Absolutely, and again, going back to last week when the high school season got underway into the second week, I want to congratulate, of course, first of all, Philip Marino over at Columbus High School, Dale. I tell you, man, I want to definitely make sure we do that. I know if I go overkill, it's well worth it because the Columbus program has suffered a long time. And also, I'd like to congratulate the guy who's the first year on the job in town, coming out of Albany. This guy, Coach Joyner up at Carver High School, man, I tell you, he's doing wonders, man, winning over the alumni, former Letterman. He's done a great job. Just jumped out 2-0. So, again, looking forward to seeing the rest of the season for the Carver Tigers.
Really, and Joyner's doing a good job, DJ. I could tell, really, when the Carver did score and when your team finishes, DJ, that has something to say about the discipline and the conditioning of the team. And Joyner got these guys playing and believing. Coming back 2 games, they're 2-0, but coming back in the fourth quarter to win games, that's character right there.
Big ups to Coach Woolridge over at Hardaway, the old Hardaway Hawks, man. I mean, he has been just spot on the last few years that he's been on the job. Of course, he does a great job of conditioning his guys, and now they have bought into his culture of football. They changed the culture over at Hardaway when he came on the scene just a couple of years ago. But the Hardaway Hawks, man, they're destined for greatness.
I think really they're going to have a good team, DJ. They've been building on something. Like you said, Coach Woolridge has been working with these guys. A lot of those guys have been in the program for 4 years. So now you're seeing some residual from these kids being in a 4-year program.
And, I talk about, the Kendrick Cherokees. They've taken it under the chin. Coach Schlappy obviously coming in, not having much to work with. But, again, just being competitive, just staying in the game, never giving up. And I look for big things on down a little bit later in the season for the Kendrick Cherokees. But big shout out to Northside, man. Northside, they keep hammering. I mean, they just keep going to work, keep chopping wood, and great performances out there, and they deserve some credit.
Well, DJ, we're going to find out, beginning of the year, we always talked about the parity of these high schools in the Columbus area. And I think one of the biggest things that we're going to find out with these new coaches, we're going to see if these kids have bought into the program. The kids that have been there for a while with these coaches are going to do good. Joyner, 2-0, that's big, DJ.
Absolutely, and I know that the Spencer Green Waves, I know that alumni is not taking it too well, starting out with a couple of losses right off the bat. But, again, this is a long season. Again, those guys and those young ladies over there have a great facility, and I know that all the newness hadn't worn off on them just yet. But, I look for big things later on in the season for the Spencer Green Waves.
This is one of those cases when you are a new coach and you start off 0-2, DJ, you wonder, have these kids bought into it? But, as long as you continue to develop and keep your hands on these guys, they'll get better and better, because an 0-2 can easily be an 8-2 at the end of the year.
All right, we're going to take a short break. This is Sports Vision.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
Devin here, headquarters Nissan. I'm here with the Sports Vision guys, and I just want to talk to you guys about some things that's important to me, near and dear to my heart. I'm talking about the military. Listen, we're right here next to Fort Benning. If you're in Fort Benning and you want a vehicle, this is the place to come. These are the reasons why. We got the lifetime oil change. We got the lifetime warranty. Listen, your lifetime warranty, even if you PCS to another state, anywhere in the United States, your lifetime warranty is good anywhere in the United States. I had to say it again, okay? And we give you the lifetime warranty. We got a program called the VPP program. It's the Vehicle Purchasing Program. If you are military, you qualify for additional discounts. I'm saying it again, additional discount here at Headquarters Nissan on our VPP program. So come on into Headquarters Nissan and ask about our VPP program that will assist you in getting out of, if you're upside down in a car, you got negative equity in your car, it's gonna help you. Plus the rebate, plus your military discount. You cannot lose here at Headquarters Nissan. So once again, if you're military, retired or active duty, even if you just spent 2-3 years in the military, come out to Headquarters Nissan. We're gonna take care of the people that take care of this country. Devin here, Headquarters Nissan.
And welcome back to Sports Vision's Dale. It is now the time that we've been waiting for. It is officially game day. And all the good folks out there, I know you love Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, and Georgia Tech in our area and all the HBCUs, but check this out. We'll start with the Georgia Bulldogs right off the top, Dale, and I know that everybody just take it for granted, and they should, that the fact of the matter, they're playing Austin Peay. And again, Georgia is ranked in the top 5 of the AP preseason ratings. And you know what? This should be a real good game to get a lot of players some action.
Yeah, really, DJ. I want to see what kind of talent Georgia has, what kind of depth that Georgia has, because really you're going to have that depth to go on and on into the season. And really, I want the young talent, DJ. I've been hearing about all these 5-star players. I'm excited to see these guys play, and we'll find out what kind of depth they'll have down the line this year. But really, everybody knows that Austin Peay is going to be a little not a real big test, DJ, but they really are excited about the talent that Georgia's supposed to have.
It definitely won't be any controversies as far as the quarterback position is. I expect wholeheartedly for Jake Fromm to come out and take the snaps with the first team all fall long, or at least all training camp long. He's been going primarily with the first team, but I do expect to get a lot of play out of Justin Fields in this game against Austin Peay. If Georgia takes care of business and, of course, score at ease like I think they will.
I mean, really, DJ, that's going to be big. They got to score at ease and get some of these younger guys some opportunities, some reps to play. And I think one of the other big things, DJ, is it's going to give opportunity to Justin Fields to play and just see how good this guy is. But really, we got to prepare and make sure we're developing players for down the line.
And, of course, the big game in the Chick-fil-A Kickoff Classic up at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Of course, this is one of the opportunities for Auburn to jump out of the box and let everybody know that they are back and for real. Because, again, going up against Washington, who's highly rated in the Associated Press preseason poll, I know that they're in the top 5. And Auburn is not too far off. They're close to the top 10, man. But Gus Malzahn can make a statement in this opening game.
I think Gus he wants to make a statement in this game that Auburn is very good. They're back. Like I said, DJ, they let one guy away last year, but I think one thing that he's got his players believing in is that we're going to be better this year. We're going to start off with better than what people are saying. 'Cause I really think Auburn is much better than what people think they are.
Well, one person that everybody does believe in, that's Jarrett Stidham. Of course, he's in the Heisman Trophy hunt this early on. I know it's real early, but Stidham has the ability. He has a big arm, and again, he's in a high potent offense of Gus Malzahn. So you know what? If he's on, his numbers can go through the roof through the first week of the season, and that'll keep him right where he needs to be.
And DJ, one other thing that Gus is not used to having a quarterback returning, a starting quarterback returning, and I think Stidham is the guy for him. I mean, Gus is an offensive wizard. I think Auburn is really looking forward to showing people how good their offense is. But we know they got a good defense, DJ. We know they got a good defensive line, and those guys are going to be ready to play.
And, of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide, the #1 ranked team in the country in the preseason polls right now, Dale. You know what? The curtain will come down, and you will see who will come out as the #1 quarterback. A lot of folks are thinking that Tua has won the job, but we don't know. And Nick Saban says, he could possibly play 2 guys.
Well, I think he will play 2 guys, DJ. I think really he's kind of backed himself into the fence, DJ. I think he's going to have to play 2 guys, but I really know that he's looking to see some progress and some development from his defensive side. He lost a lot of guys on defense, DJ, but we all know that Alabama's going to play some hardcore defense. They don't have the depth that they once had, but we know they got some players stacked up over there.
Well, Alabama's going up against Louisville, and again, Louisville, we want to watch this game with special interest because, of course, the starting quarterback for Louisville is the former George Washington Carver U.S. Army All-American Jawan Puma Pass, and this kid has it all, Dale. He has the size, the speed, he has the big arm, and the football IQ, and again, he has a quarterback coach that obviously knows how to take advantage of all the skill sets that he has.
Bobby Petrino loves this guy. I mean, came all the way from Louisville to get him to come up there and fought off Alabama to keep this guy. I think Puma has been groomed for a time like this, big stage playing against Alabama, and I think anything he does that can be magnified, he is on his way, DJ.
Absolutely, and looking forward. I want to wish Puma Pass some best of luck. Now, last but not least, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. They got Alcorn State coming into town. I know a couple of years ago we had the opportunity to go up to the Plains up there to check them out. And one thing about Georgia Tech, they have a high potent offense because they have a quarterback that's also from the Chattahoochee Valley area, Harris County High School's finest in Taquan.
I think really Taquan is set for a time like this also, DJ. I really want to see how good he's developed as a passer. I know, they're going to run the ball. They're going to run their option, go ahead and score. But I want to see how he's developed as being a good passer and, break this game open with throwing the ball.
Now, let's take a look at our Chick-fil-A picks of the week.
All right, this week, DJ, we got Alabama going up against Louisville. We got Auburn against Washington at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia will play Austin Peay in Athens. LSU against Miami. And then the ACC, DJ, Georgia Tech against Alcorn State, Clemson against Furman, and Florida State against Virginia Tech.
This is the HBCU Football Classic schedule for this weekend. The second annual Labor Day Classic, the Alabama State Hornets against the Tuskegee Golden Tigers at 5 p.m. Central in Montgomery, Alabama at the Alabama State Stadium. The Jake Gaither Classic, the Florida A&M Rattlers against the Fort Valley State University Wildcats in Tallahassee, Florida at 5 p.m. Eastern at Bragg Memorial Stadium. The Lewis Cruz Classic, the Alabama A&M Bulldogs will play the Miles College Golden Bears in Huntsville, Alabama at 6 p.m. Central at John Cruz Stadium. the John Merritt Classic, the Tennessee State Tigers versus the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats at 6 p.m. Central in Nashville, Tennessee at the Nissan Stadium. And Sunday, the 14th annual MEAC SWAC Challenge. The North Carolina Central Eagles will play the Prairie View University Wildcats in Atlanta at 12 p.m. at Georgia State Stadium. I'm Amber Williams for the Sports Visions Radio Network.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
This is Academy Sports and Outdoors. We offer a huge sports and outdoors selection of top name brand gear like you've never seen. All at low prices like you've never seen. Because we're a sports and outdoor store like you've never seen. Until now. Now open in Columbus. Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all for less.
Building wealth is an innate desire we all possess. Whether you're raising a family, running a business, or starting a career, the best commitment you can possibly make today is to build wealth for your future. Now, more than ever, our innovation teamed with a personal approach to building wealth is the win we both are striving for. Trust in our commitment to help get you there. Citizens Trust Bank. A relationship you can bank on. Member FDIC.
E&S Men's Clothing Warehouse has been your most trusted name in men's fashion for more than 50 years. We've offered the area's best selection of top quality, name brand suits, accessories, and casual wear at the most competitive prices around. Customer service is our top priority. We're the professionals generations have trusted for the best quality and absolutely the best deals. We are E&S Men's Clothing Warehouse. We are simply the best.
Welcome back to Sports Visions. Where Are They Now has taken the Chattahoochee Valley by storm. And, of course, we're pleased to have a treat for you today. Of course, he's a phenom. He's only left here a year ago, but I guarantee you, when he tells you what he's done in that past year, you're definitely going to be impressed. Welcome to the show, Al Jones Jr. How are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful, wonderful. Man, we're so proud of you. Obviously, you had a decorated baseball career here in Columbus, but for the sake of the folks out there, why don't we start in the beginning and just talk about your humble beginning as a little leaguer, what league, and how you worked yourself up through high school?
Yeah, I would like to think I had the traditional path that every kid has playing baseball. I started Little League when I was 4 or 5, started with playing T-ball, and then moved my way up to 10-year-old year at American Little League. And then after that, I decided to change my path a little bit and start playing travel baseball, which I really feel like helped jumpstart my career. So,
fast forwarded that to the high school. That's when, obviously, after playing ball in East Cobb and some of the other travel ball teams, man, you made quite a name for yourself, and you got into some of the national rankings, and of course, you measured right up there with the top players in the country in your classification.
Yeah, I mean, I attended Columbus High School, which is a prestigious, kind of like a dynasty for baseball. So, I mean, coming in there, I knew there was big expectations for the team, and I just wanted to be able to contribute. And luckily, I was fortunate enough to be part of a state championship team my freshman year. So watching guys like Kyle Carter and JT Phillips and the way they played just inspired me to kind of just strive to achieve that level of play. So.
There's no secret your dad was an accomplished baseball player as well in college, and obviously he worked with you throughout your career. How much of again, you're talking to a lot of folks out there, so a lot of parents, a lot of little leaguers that one day want to aspire to be and do what you're doing. Talk to me a little bit about that relationship and how much your dad meant.
I think, I have a really sport-crazy family, I guess you could say, especially with my dad and my sister. I think those relationships really helped me get to where I'm at. Like when I wake up early to work out or something, a lot of people don't realize that's a whole family contribution because my dad's up there making sure I'm awake, or if I want to hit early in the morning before school, something like that. He's always up. Never have to ask him twice. He's dedicated, even more dedicated than I am, and I'm just grateful to be able to have that as a part of my family. So,
when did you realize that you were pretty good?
I'd say probably around age 14, which is when I started to play at East Cobb, which is a really competitive atmosphere for travel baseball, because I played locally for travel ball and from 11 to 13, and it's kind of like a big leap, I guess, for me, going up to Atlanta to start playing against better competition, and I found success there, continued that success throughout high school and the travel ball ranks. So when I got up there and realized I could play with the best of the best, that kind of just helped my confidence a lot.
I mentioned earlier you were ranked amongst the top kids in the country in terms of travel ball, but you ended up being an All-American in high school, and of course, perfect game, one of the best players in the country, and considered by a lot of teams to be taken very high in the amateur Major League Baseball draft. But as that all came to a head, how were you able to keep your head with knowing that obviously you had this great ranking nationally, you had these Major League Baseball clubs interested, and then you had, of course, your choice to go to whatever SEC school you wanted to go to?
I think that comes down to family values. Family keeps me very grounded and humble, especially my sister. She never fails to remind me, just a normal kid, and I think my faith and belief in Jesus Christ kind of keeps me grounded as well. So,
got to mention those grades, Al, because obviously not only are you a phenomenal athlete, exceptional student as well, and I know that started early on as well.
Oh yeah, I went to good elementary school in Blackman Road, and then a great high school for academics at Columbus High, and took some great classes, some AP classes that have really helped me have a easier, I guess, first year in college, because I already have credits, so I don't have to worry about taking 15 hours. I could start off with 12 and just take things easier. So,
for the folks out there that know baseball, 5'2" is what you consider. That means obviously that's the best of the best. You can run, throw, hit for power, hit for average. I mean, the whole 9 yards, the whole gamut. Now, excelling at Vanderbilt, which is one of the top baseball schools in the SEC, and of course after a phenomenal freshman season, what's next for you as far as sharpening your arsenal or improving your game?
I think for me personally this offseason I'm kind of focusing on that hit for power aspect of the game, and then just a little bit of consistency on the fielding side of things. But I mean, I'm always just here working on everything in my game, so I think that's baseball. It's a constant progression because there's no such thing as perfection in the sport. So,
well, like I said before, there's a lot of young kids, a lot of coaches, and a lot of people out there that obviously watch you, or now if they didn't know you, they see or hear what you've accomplished. If you had to talk to someone out there, whether it's a coach, a parent, a kid, and talk about your development, would you do anything different, or what would you tell those folks?
I would just say that baseball is a tough sport, and I think the two most important things are to work hard and to have fun with it. I'd say one thing, if I could go back and do, is just to relax a little bit more during, I guess, bigger games or stuff like that, and kind of just take in the moment, because at the end of the day, I mean, you hear it a lot, this term in the professional ranks, that it's just a bunch of men playing a kid's game. So that's really how you kind of have to take that into perspective. So,
and lastly, obviously, what do you hope to accomplish at the end of the day, at the end of your time in school? I know obviously professional ranks is what you want to do, but at Vanderbilt next season, what are some of your goals?
I think every year I'm playing there, my goal is always to help the team win a national championship. I think that's something really special. I mean, the year before I came, they won. So watching those guys, I was like, wow, I really want to get there. So that, and then, of course, finishing my academic side of that and getting my degree at some point. So,
who do you idolize? What's your favorite baseball player?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Favorite baseball player, I'd say for position, Ozzie Smith, Cardinals, old Cardinals shortstop, because I'm a Cardinals fan. I mean, I love the Braves too, but the Cardinals are my team. But I'd probably say Ozzie Smith. So,
ladies and gentlemen, former Columbus Blue Devil, now with Vanderbilt, of course, doing phenomenal things in the SEC, Al Jones Jr. We'll be right back after this.
Sports Vision, sponsored by Aflac, Chick-fil-A, Mel and Abe's, Styles by Denise, Jordan Girls, Taylor Funeral Home, Forrest B. Johnson and Associates, State Farm, Jimmy Watts Agency, and Dr. Jamie Winchester.
Hello, everybody. I'm DJ Jones. You might know me from my athletic career at Carver High School, University of Georgia, or my sports broadcasting career. I know a lot of people, but when it comes to an attorney I trust, I call Forrest B. Johnson.
I'm Forrest Johnson of Forrest B. Johnson and Associates. And I want to let you know how proud we are to be a part of your community, a part of the Columbus community and the Phoenix, Alabama community. Consider us first when you or any member of your family has been involved in an automobile accident. Remember, car wreck, get a check.
Call now, 706-223-5380.
Call now. Get ready for the 5th annual Whitewater Classic as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee tangle with the Golden Rams of Albany State University, Saturday, September 8th, 5 p.m. Eastern Time at Phoenix City's Garrett Harrison Stadium. Then after the game, stick around and do your best Cupid Shuffle at the post-game block party featuring R&B artist Cupid. Log on to PCWhitewaterClassic.com for more information.
And welcome back to today's final segment of Sports Visions. Dale, I tell you, man, just a great week of high school football. Of course, opening week for college football. This is what everybody's been waiting for all off-season long. But more importantly, I want to thank all the folks that came over to Garrett Harrison Stadium over in Phoenix City, the home of the Central Red Devils. Man, we got a chance to meet and see a lot of folks.
Got to see a lot of people, DJ. Again, the Academy Sports Game of the Week. It's been big, DJ, for us, and we'll continue to try to locally cover these teams.
Absolutely. And again, it's always great that we have our Where Are They Now? Of course, getting a lot of calls and a lot of emails and a lot of social media talking about and complimenting the fact that we are definitely keeping these older sportsmen back in history, keeping them relevant so that the young millennials will understand and know who they are.
We're keeping it fresh, and everybody still loves to hear about Where Are They Now?
Well, the Atlanta Falcons, Dale, have to cut about 37 guys, and 37 players going to be on the street, and then that times 32 will be a lot. It'll be thousands, literally 1,000 or more players on the street looking for jobs. But all in all, I think that Dan Quinn and his Atlanta Falcons got what they were looking for in training camp. They didn't have a winning season, but you know what? Winning preseason games didn't indicate what you're going to do in the regular season.
It definitely doesn't, DJ, but hopefully they had a lot of work in camp. They didn't play good in the season, preseason, but I think, DJ, they're going to get off to a good start this year.
Absolutely, and I know that those folks out there that are following the Atlanta Falcons are worrying about the tailgates. Don't worry about it. They still have tailgate space. It's just not as much as you used to have, but, I know that you and I both are going to have an opportunity to share in some of those Falcon tailgates as well.
Oh, yeah, man. I can't wait, DJ, and really I think everybody has such great high expectations of the Atlanta Falcons that they just glad preseason is over with and they can get down to business.
Dale, before we close out the show, I want to definitely, once again, as we always do, thank our radio audience with the Sports Visions radio show. You have been tremendous. Again, we have had a great time doing this. We started back in June, at the 1st of June, and we're only 3 months into this thing, man, and the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come, DJ. I think we're going to be able to do a whole lot of things in this football season with the content and with the games that we got set aside. We're going to continue to get better.
If you haven't had a chance to catch us, or if you will continue to watch us, you can, if you're locally, you can catch us on 92.1 FM, that's WRCG, or you can stream us live. We got a live streamer there. That's the website, sportsvisionsradio.com. Every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 6 o'clock, or you can go back and listen anytime via the sportsvisionsradio.com site.
That app is big, DJ. I mean, I got people in New Haven, Connecticut, Brooklyn, New York, San Antonio, Texas, Cleveland, Ohio, chiming in on the radio show.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for all the time we have for today's show. For Dale Williams, I'm DJ Jones, reminding you to keep your eye on the ball. Have a great week.
Be sure to check out our Facebook page, Sports Visions TV Show, or our website, www.sportsvisionsusa.com.